Hi, Mr. Marks. So I'm doing the 654 facial massage. My lovely assistant right here. Um, and so, like with the facial massage, there are three main movements, or techniques, I mean, that are used. And one is effleurage, the second is friction, and the third is depotement. Um, Effleurage is a sweeping movement. It's the one main thing that you always use. You always start with effleurage and always end with effleurage. Um, it's a very light and airy massage. So and regardless of what technique you're using, you always have to have your hands on the skin at all times. You always have to be touching them. You never just want to take your hands away. So, but that was effleurage. And then friction is you're literally applying friction to the skin by using your hands and just pressing down a little bit harder. But you're usually doing it in circles. And then also depotement is usually a tapping motion. So you're normally tapping the skin all over, very lightly though. You're not doing it hard, you're doing it lightly. And so they all stimulate circulation in the skin. And that's why we do a massage, because we want to bring more oxygen back to the skin. So that's essentially why we're doing these movements, because oxygen, man. Yeah, you need that in your blood. And it helps your skin. But there are a few points that are the same. Points 3, 5, and 15, they're all the same, so if you get lost, go back to those movements and then you can get back into it. And then same thing with 2 and 9, those are also the same. So again, if you're lost, you go back to those movements and then you keep going from there. So I'm gonna start by applying effleurage. So I'm gonna start on the neck. I'm just gonna come up and I'm going like this. And I have to be careful because I have nowhere to put my mannequin. You'll just do this a couple times. And then as you come up, go under the eyes. Not sure if I'm doing this one right, but you want to go around the chin and the eyes. And then we're going into friction, where it's a circular motion. And you just apply this on the chin all the way up to the temple. And you want to apply a little bit of pressure, because when you apply pressure to the temple, it helps if you have migraines or anything like that, it helps to get rid of them, or at least relieve a little bit of the pain. So you do that from the chin all the way through the cheeks to the temple. And then number 4, which is back to effleurage, you're just doing lines on the forehead. And then back to friction, circles right here on the forehead, and come down to the temple. And then you're going to go back into effleurage, where what everyone calls it, I guess, is picking up sticks. So you're just doing like X's across the forehead. And then again, you're going to start going into friction, which is where you like just rub it. And then you go down to the temples and do some circles. And then you go up, down to some circles, up, some circles. Then you're gonna go into effleurage again, where you're doing a figure 8 around the eyes. So you're just going up and over the bridge of the nose. And you can apply a little bit of pressure here too, because it feels good when you're going over the bridge of the nose. Or it will feel good, I should say. And then another technique of effleurage, we're going to go into 3 points. So we're going around the eyes, to the temples, cheek, and the eyes, temple, cheeks, eyes, temple, eyes, temples, cheeks, eyes. And then you're going to be doing, again, for number 10, some more effleurage. This is called Around the World. So you're starting like at the forehead, you're going cheek, chin, and you come up, cheek, cheek, chin, and up the bridge of the nose, cheek, chin, bridge of the nose. And then as we come back down, we're gonna go up and down. It's just like a 2 movement. This is called angel. And then we're going into angel lost its wings. We're just literally doing right here. It's just around the mouth, just circles. And then petrissage, and that is like pinching of the skin. Go down to the chin, come back up to the cheeks. But when you're doing this, you have to be careful not to pinch too hard, because you don't want to pinch too hard, because then it obviously isn't going to feel good. So just lightly, like picking up the skin between your fingers. And then after that, we're going to go into some deportment. We're just tapping all over the face. And then from there, we're going to go into some friction. going underneath the eyes, down like the chin area. And then we're going back into effleurage. Ooh. And after you finish that, you're gonna like move your client's head over into like one hand, and you're going to just massage the neck. You don't want to do it like right here in the front because that's where the arteries are, and you don't want to cut off blood flow to the brain. So you just have to be gentle. And then obviously if they had if my mannequin had shoulders, you go down, you massage behind the shoulders, and then you come back up, and then you would move your client's head over to the other side and rest it in your hand, and then you go down the neck on this side as well. And then again down to the shoulders, massage the back of the neck. Sorry, a niche. Or the back of the shoulders, you massage that, and then you come back up, apply pressure, and then, you know, you could do both sides behind the neck. You could do both hands underneath the shoulders, and then you come up to the occipital bone, the occipital, and you come up. No, not the occipital, it's the nape of the neck. I'm sorry. And you like pull up a little bit, just applying pressure, and then you're done. So that would be the 654 facial massage. And so just throughout the whole thing, what we did was effleurage, friction, and deportment. Effleurage is just like a light, airy, sweeping motion. Friction is where you're usually doing the circles on the face to apply friction by also applying a little bit of pressure. And then deportment is usually just tapping. You're just tapping the skin. And when doing a massage, the one thing to remember is you always start with effleurage and you always end with effleurage. Always. Doesn't matter what techniques you're using, you always start and end with effleurage. But yes, this was the 654 facial massage.